Greetings and welcome to this week's episode of UC Weekly News. I'm your host, as always, David Danto, and joining me this week is my friend, the editor of Systems Contractor News, Mark Pescatore. Boy, that was a mouthful to hard to get out. How are you doing today, Mark?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Tell everybody what your role is like in the industry and what you've been doing for the last, 300-400 years.
Yeah, well, I'm the content director over there at SCN. So we are keeping track of the business side of Pro AV and the integrator channel.
That's terrific. And SCN is a print publication, but it's also online. And I'm very honored to write articles for you every couple of months.
Really?
It's a good publication that people should read. But that's not why we're talking here today. We're actually going to be together in the same building and not at a trade show. There's an event coming up that happens annually in New York that your parent company does, right? The AVIT seminar. Tell us a little bit about that. You've done that for a few years now.
Yeah, I think this is my fourth. It's the AVIT Summit. It's a regional show there in New York. It's going to be on August 7th at Convene One at Liberty Plaza, which is right by the World Trade Center and the 9/11 Memorial. We got sessions that start at 9 a.m. And
Terrific.
I could tell you all about them if you want.
Absolutely. I want to hear just give us the highlights of what are the kind of things that people would get if they go, and why should they go?
Well, we're going to start with a pain points panel. This is something we haven't tried before. This is going to be audience interaction at 9 a.m. So it's going to be interesting, where we have myself and Cindy Davis from AV Technology Magazine, and we are going to be joined by someone from Varix and someone from Excite, and we're basically going to talk with the audience about what problems they're having as far as their AV and IT infrastructures go and problems like that, and see if we can at least solve them, or maybe other members of the audience have similar problems and they can help solve them. So that's how we get started. And then we're going to have a keynote from Matt Newfield over at Diversified. He's going to talk about cybersecurity, which is always a hot topic and continues to get hotter and hotter. But we also have sessions on virtual studios, higher education. That's HETMA. They're coming in to fix that one for us. The future of AV technology. That's one I'm hosting, where we bring out a crystal ball or magic 8-ball, depending on how good you are at this kind of stuff, and talk about where we are now and where we think we're going in the future. We also got a session on AV over IP. And of course, the really cool session with yours truly and yours other truly, I guess we say, AI, hope or hype?
And I guess the truth about AI is it's both hope and hype, but we're going to ask people to show up before we start talking about all the details with that. Take a step back for a second. Who is this conference intended for? Who do you want to attend it, and how would they go about doing that?
Oh, we want integrators there. We want end users there. This is the time to get in there and get some real information, some real knowledge that you can apply to your business. The easiest way to go is www.avitsummit.com. You just register right there.
Okay, and there's no charge for end users to go, and for integrators and people in the industry, there's a conversation you have to have, right, about whether they want to sponsor or something like that.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, David, because it's free. Everybody likes free, but it's free. We'll feed you lunch. We got some snacks going as well. We got a little happy hour at the end. It's a good opportunity to spend some time and network. It's not just about going to the sessions, but you're going to see about 20 different exhibitors there, so you can check out some new gear and you can network with your fellow AV and IT professionals.
How many people were there last year?
Oh God, like almost 200.
See, this is the first year I've been invited, so I don't know anything.
Well, you're on the upper echelon now. You're top shelf, David. That's how it works. It's a very good. We get a very good representative sample of people from around the greater metropolitan area.
Well, that's great. One of the interesting things, and it's funny that we would bring this up, is that I'm always very active on social media and on LinkedIn, and I like debating people who disagree with me cordially, respectfully. This is the first week I can remember where somebody was actually completely inappropriate. And I had to do something about it. It's like, it's okay if you disagree with me. In fact, I love to have the conversations. I love to meet people in person and chat about what I see. And one of the best things about these real-time events is you go and chat with other people in the industry and find out, I'm being very crass here, but it's the truth, find out what potholes they've stepped in so you don't have to follow them. You learn from the mistakes of people, may also learn from the successes that they've had. It's easy to know what the path is if somebody has blazed it for you. So that's the value here. And it's okay to not agree. In fact, please don't agree. Tell us what the other opinions are. Make people think, make people come up with answers. That's the value of these in-person events, as opposed to what they're watching here right now. They're watching the two of us espouse what we're feeling. And yes, there are comments, and yes, I'm online so I can answer the comments, but it's not the same. It's much better when it's in person and you're shaking hands and breaking bread and having these conversations. It sounds like you've got some great topics going over there. Anybody else that you want to highlight in terms of who the speakers are or who's on our panel or anything?
Oh, on our panel, we got we've got more top shelf people. We got Misty Chalk from Brightside, and we got Bill Bennett from Enco. And it's going to be a good panel because they're not just talking about, we're not just going to, these aren't commercials for products and services. These are real people making real discussions and who happen to be in the industry and happen to work for certain companies or what have you. But this is really about trying to find answers, not just promoting products. And that's as a journalist, that's really kind of important to me.
Do you guys cover this in any way? Is any of it available online for someone who's not in the area or to read about after the fact?
Well, yeah, we're going to have someone there who's going to write a story about it, which will be in the next issue of Systems Contractor News, and we'll put it online, but well before that as well.
Okay. And it's August, so depending upon what your print schedule is, if people pick up a copy of Systems Contractor News, they'll actually have an article in it, won't I?
It'll be in the September issue.
Oh, the September.
Also our sports issue. It's so yeah, we work ahead. You got in print these days, you have to work ahead.
No argument, no question. I was just kind of hoping. You always like to hold up. One of the best interviews I ever had in my life was when I was going. This was a lifetime ago when I was going to work for NYU. I was being interviewed by the head of libraries there, and she was very proud. She took out a Mitsubishi folder. I actually have it here if I were to look for it. Folder to show me how NYU's TVs hanging in the classrooms were being shown proudly in the Mitsubishi folder at the time. And I looked at her and I said, "Did you ever look at the cover of that flyer?" And she closed it, and it was me sitting there with a big. So every once in a while that happens and it's really good. I haven't 3-4 times in my life, but it's always a lot of fun. So I won't have it at this particular event. Let's go over the logistics one more time from the scratch. So what are the hours of the event?
It starts at 9:00. The last session ends at 3:30, and then we have a closing reception after that. So 9 to 3:30, you don't have to stay for the whole thing. We'd like it if you did, but you're not required to. Like I said, we're going to have snacks all day. We're going to have a lunch for you, the happy hour at the end. So it's a day-long thing. We're not trying to cram this all in 2 hours and send you on your way. This is a day-long event where you can really dive deep into a lot of topics that are relevant these days.
Okay. And to register for it, you said it's free registration. You gave the website already. Say it one more time.
www.avitsummit.com.
Okay. And if anybody wants more information, they'll go to that website. Is there anybody else they should reach out to, or is it all there?
It's all right there. I mean, they can always reach out to me. That's fine. I
If
get
somebody
plenty of email.
if somebody wants to follow up with you about anything, about what you do for Systems Contractor News or FutureNet or any of the other things that you and I are both involved in, how can somebody get a hold of you? What's the best way to do it?
Best way is going to be email. Just email me at mark.pescatore. I'm not going to spell it out at futurenet.com.
Terrific. Mark, thanks very much for joining us today. And thank you very much, as you always do, for watching the show. We will be back next week. I think I'm going to have a special presentation of my AI chefs that will be meeting at the CDS CIX show. But until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.